Welcome back. We started this series in April of this year, and this is going to be our last episode of the season. And what we're doing for this episode, Harry's joining me, and we're going to take a look at the highlights of this year for Prism Pro and Prism Ultimate. Harry, can you tell us a little bit about why we started this video series and what were our goals with it?
Sure. Hello, everyone. We started this series beginning of April, and that time because the time we just fully locked down, and we really want to have some material for a customer like you can take a look and to have some tips and best practice about some features. But also it's a good timing because when 5.11 release at the end of last year, that we released a feature we call the crossplay. I think many of you have used the crossplay a lot, and we talk about in the channel. That's great. And the crossplay actually allow us to complete our pictures of the whole story of what Prism Pro, at that time we called it, to offer. What we offer to the customer like you is to help you understand the system data, the performance data, the capacity data, the cost data much better, to produce accurate signals, and also help you automate your operation test in response to those signals automatically and much faster, right? So that's our value we want to provide. And crossplay completed that pictures. And since then, we have seen lots of adoption. So over 400, almost close to 400 customers so far have using crossplay, and along with the machine learning signal we produce. So we did it very good. We initially the series is about twice a week, and then now we have a weekly release. In the series we try to have different example how you can use the Prism Pro, how you can leverage all the values, all the features we offer in the products. And we're also seeing lots of feedbacks, actually lots of new use cases that you provide to us. So that's all great.
Yeah, it is. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the highlights that we've had over the past year?
Yeah, now obviously the adoptions increasing is really highlights. We do start to see the customer not just looking to us as kind of monitoring of the Nutanix cluster alone kind of solutions. They're really starting to think about how to be able to use the machine learning, the data that monitoring created, and the automation I can easily to create to make my IT ops job much, much easier, right? We do have lots of good examples from many of our customers. Thank all of you doing all the things. We had a very critical release in the last quarter. The last quarter, probably the most significant quarter in our histories, apart from the first quarter we released the products. So last quarter, we had two releases. The first one we call the 2020.A, and that release, we introduced a few new features. Namely, we extend our values to the application layer. The idea is to break out the data silo, allow the infrastructures admins such as you be able to looking into the application data so you can proactively understand how infrastructures are supporting or impacting your application. And when the problem happens, also can very easily collaboratively work with the work application team to figure out where the problem resides, right? Which layer it is. So that's what we want to provide that a feature. The first content pack we provided and we offered is SQL monitoring. So that's the first one we provided. In the future, we'll talk about later. We have a more plan for that. But also we also include the cost data the first time in the Prism family as well. So the originally is offered through a separate product called Beam for on-premise. Now we include that in the Prism family as well. So that allows to have a two-tier of the offering to tailor to different customers. That's Ultimate and there's a Pro. So that's the first release. Then a month later in 2020.9, which is September, we'll have another release. Actually, that release also is very significant. With that release, the first time we extend our platform that we connect the monitoring, analytics, and automation, we call it Triangle, not only restrict to the Nutanix clusters, but extend to the virtual infrastructures that are hosted outside of Nutanix cluster, right? We have been getting feedback from you, and many of you like the solution we provide the Prism Pro. But we got one feedback before is that we provided yet another silo tools to you, right? And we really don't, that's not our intention. We just starting with our own environment so we can have enough experience to make the value tangible. But now it's the time for us to expand that value to the whole data centers, the whole virtual infrastructure that you can manage. That allow us not only to give you one single platform to connect the monitoring to the automations, but possibly also will allow you to fully leverage other monitoring tools you have, but also have some alternative options to look at how your operation will look like with these new tools.
Wow, that's definitely a lot. Is there anything that we can expect coming in 2021?
Right. So 2021, actually, we're very excited of what we plan to do in the 2021. We have lots of things on the payload, but one thing I particularly want to mention here is that we want to make sure that we have more data coming to our platform so that we can create much accurate signals. And that's actually, you already see the journey started with the last release with the SQL Server as first content tag. We connect from the vCenter from outside of Nutanix clusters. And all these features actually using the same platform underneath internally. We call it CloudStream. And that platform allows us to get additional streaming data, additional events from external partners, allow us to have a customized visualization specifically for a particular workload, such as we have that for the SQL Server. Allows we can have more actions available in the Cloud Play for you to pick and choose. It's very easily to construct a automation process. So that platform, we decide to make that available publicly, sometimes next years. And publicly, so the customer like you can directly use that. For example, we're thinking about have some protocols such as StatsD, the same protocol that used by Grafana's, to allow you to get the monitoring data, existing monitoring data to us. But also the platform allow us to work with partners, whether it's internal partners such as Eras and Beam and many other products we offer, but also the external partners, specialized such as VDI, specialized network management. Allow them to give us the data, allow them to give us the knowledge they have to build a specific views on top of the Prism. So now you can truly have one tools to look at the verticals, look at the horizontally, enjoy the analytics, monitoring, and automation together. That's what we're going to do in the next year. But we do have one more release this year, right? And we don't want to waste it.
Really? Wow.
So some of you probably already knew that is the 5.19 release will come with 2020.11 Prism release as well. In that release, it will be first time we're going to introduce autonomous features. That autonomous feature is built on top of Cloud Play, and that feature will allow you to control what the end goal you want to be, and what actions you want to take, and what signal will respond. And you can define all this fully under your control, but we're using machine learning to learn the results, will automatically run the action for you. And you will get more details of that features in the first few episodes in our next season's series.
Wow, thank you for all that information, Harry. And thanks to our viewers for watching us. We'll be returning next year with more information about our new features for you to take a look at. Stay tuned for more episodes on how to make your IT operations efficient.
Yes, have a great holiday.